So, I saw the movie, Chronicles of Narnia, Voyages of the Dawn Treader today, because my mother likes children's movies, because she finds regular movies frightening. Yeah. Yeah, she's that kind of mom. Anyway, so if you've seen the other Narnia movies, then you know what you're getting into, and this is of the same vein. It's like a nice rendition of the previous ones, except I have a complete weird random bias, because they used to have these terrible BBC versions of all the Narnia movies, or, books turned into TV movies, whatever. The point is they're awful, because Lucy was like one of the producer's daughters who's like obese, and she was only cast because they needed money and she can't act, and it's just horrible, and the special effects are even worse, and it was just a terrible series. This one is not the BBC version. They have good actors, good special effects, it's, truthful to the books/book. Anyway. It's overall a pretty good movie. Not something like I'd see again and again, just because I'm not overly fond of Voyage of the Dawn Treader. It's not as entertaining as, like, The Horse and His Boy or other books by C.S. Lewis that I enjoy, particularly his theology books. I enjoy his theology books. None of this subtle, namby-pamby allegory nonsense. Pah! I see it at that. Let's just have a hardcore discussion about the nature of God. Anyway. Yeah, overall the movie isn't too hard-handed about its, Christian themes, but, a little at the end, it's like, yes, I get it, Aslan is Jesus, can we please move on? We know. I mean, that's what you get for going to see this movie. It's not like it's something you didn't expect. I mean, if you didn't expect to be a little Jesusified while you were there, I'd be like, do you know nothing about this, franchise? Clearly not. I'd also like to mention that they really, really love Tilda Swinton. They just keep bringing her back every movie. She was only supposed to be in the first one, but now they're bringing her back because she's that awesome of an actress. I mean, she's just fabulous. The actors have grown up a bit from when they first filmed, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, which is fine, kids will grow up because that's what they do, and they've actually grown up fairly well. They have the exact same level of acting talent, which is, pretty good. Ben Barnes, who plays Prince Caspian, is probably the best actor amongst them, just because he's hot. Not gonna lie. I mean, I know it makes me a cougar pedophile, but come on, he has this rugged beard going on. Yeah. They have other things going on. It's not that spectacular at all. What I find kind of annoying is that they put it into 3D randomly. It was not meant to be 3D. It was clearly filmed to be 2D, and then they were like, shit, we need money. 3D-ify it. And it's like, really, guys? Really? You really learned the wrong lesson from Avatar, which is put it in 3D and it'll make a shit ton of money. And, that's what they did. Like, the only things that actually fit the 3D are the special effects, which were clearly put in after they decided, we'll put it in 3D, but everything else you got no added benefit from 3D out of it. And I hate that. It's just a money-making ploy, and it's pathetic and stupid, and I don't like it. The movie Avatar was just horrible, and it just completely played into that nonsense once again. Avatar, what a terrible movie. It was long, stupid plot. I mean, it was pretty, but it was stupid. No one could act. I'm just glad it didn't win any, major awards. The Hurt Locker was much better. Much, much better. This movie has the flaw that most movies have, which is vagina monsters. Monsters have vagina mouths. I blame, what was his name? George Lucas. Yeah, him. Because in, Return of the Jedi, he's just like, we're gonna make this sand creature, which is a vagina. And they're like, wait, what? George? What do we... No. Vagina monsters of the sand. And you're like, wow, you really have problems with your mother and women. They do the same thing in this. They have a random vagina monster, and you're like, but don't people like vaginas? No. Not Hollywood. Not down with that. Another person that I liked in it was Eustace. I love Eustace. He's such a brilliant character. He amuses me in so many ways. He's like that whiny kid that everyone hates. And he has this lovely irony to the film, which I find amusing. He could have been one of those annoying characters like Jar Jar Binks that everyone hates, but they did it really well, his annoying character side. It's just like, yes, this is exactly who Eustace is. An annoying, whining prick who thinks he's better than everyone else, and it's so funny. And, he does that throughout the movie, and you appreciate it because he has some personality and character. He isn't one of those annoying do-gooders like everyone else. He's in it for one person only, and that's himself. I mean, of course they have to ruin it by redeeming him later on, but, so it goes. He gets turned into a dragon, right? And okay, the entire time he's a dragon, I'm like, oh, these are really good special effects for dragons, I can appreciate that. But the entire time I'm thinking of the BBC version where they just have a dragon on strings, and it's you can see the strings, you can see it's just floating around, and then there's this horrible puppet on it that's supposed to be a person, and they're just floating. It's oh, clearly your special effects are from the 1950s, a la Plan 9 from Outer Space. Which is a terrible movie. It might be the worst movie because, the main actor died halfway through and they're like, fuck it, we'll just keep filming it. No one will notice if we keep using the same clip again and again. Really 1950s, he thought that was a good plan. Silly boys. Overall, Narnia is a pretty good movie. If you want a children's movie to watch during the holiday season, if you want something just semi-decent to be amused by briefly, and if you're a fan of the books like I am, then it's, worth your time, and not something to see again. No, definitely not something to see again, but, pretty good, pretty decent. See you, Space Cowboy.